Hi everyone, welcome to our SD-WAN practical lab series. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss about multiple basic stuff of the SD-WAN. With that we'll go to the intermediate level also, where we'll discuss about some SD-WAN technologies, some security, and we'll go to the advanced also with the real world corporate scenario, where you are able to understand how the real lab working, how the corporate environment working. If you are working already in the corporate, but let's say beginner level or normal networking, and you are planning to get promotions, or let's say you are planning to take some leadership with the corporate level technologies, then this will help you. Okay, in this series we are going to discuss basic controller of the SD-WAN till the end of the policies and everything. So by the end of this video you are able to create your own ready-made lab for the corporate environment. If you have one branch or multiple branch, and let's say you are planning to become expert level in the SD-WAN, so by end of this series you are able to build your own lab. So I am Nikan Gohil from the Networkers from technical teams, and let's focus on the SD-WAN. So what we are going to cover today? So this is our agenda, guys. In this series, we'll starting with the introduction, then we'll understanding about the basic SD-WAN components, then we'll focus how actually SD-WAN works. You can also learn about the backend fundamental. It's not like only simple things with the basic. We'll also focus on the backend fundamentals. Then directly focus on the lab. Remember, guys, it's not a actually theory kind of boring video. Okay, here we'll focus mostly more than 80% on the lab only. So understand that after the SD-WAN lab setup, we'll also focus on the SD-WAN fabrics, how we can do the onboarding devices, and after that, the main focus, templates. Okay, how SD-WAN work with the templates, and based on the template, we'll do the configuration, which is graphical, or you can say GUI based. Till now, in the normal networking, or let's say the Cisco iOS device, you are working on the commands, CLI. Okay, no doubt someone are already very good and confident on that. But let's say if you want to stay tuned with the trending technology, then SD-WAN is the future. So here we'll discuss about template based configuration with the graphical, and then we'll also understand the policies. Obviously, it's not about configuration. Nowadays, you know that only networking things will not work fine. Connecting device is okay, but after that you require some security, some restriction, policies, everything also we'll learn with the SD-WAN. We'll also discuss about the traffic engineering, or you can say traffic steering policies. We'll also discuss direct internet access, DIA setup, then redundancy and failover in the SD-WAN, or what kind of security features we have in SD-WAN. Also, we'll discuss monitoring and troubleshooting. Not only configuration is enough, you know that nowadays. Okay, what we require that we can monitor the network, we can also do the troubleshoot. One time setup may be easy, but how we can maintain that continuity. So troubleshooting also we'll discuss, and there are lots of advanced topics. Okay, but we are going to start from scratch to the advanced, as I told you. So right now this topic you are able to understand, and this step by step I also reveal some advanced topics. Okay, so understand here now who is going to see this series, why this series is for you. So if you are the networking beginner, or let's say if you are looking for the advanced level job, you want to boost your career with the trending technology, or you are that kind of guy who working since 1 year or 2 year in the same kind of networking router and switch, but you want to grow your technical career not only with the money or salary, but in terms of your logic, your technical growth also, this series is for you. So let's deep into 100% real life kind of example with basic understanding. So what is SD-WAN? SD-WAN is what? A software defined WAN. Okay, SD, that word is what? Software defined. Remember, it's not a device. If you have idea like SD-WAN devices, we have different, but the word SD is what? For software defined, that technologies. Okay, this will help you to connect multiple branches with the internet or any other kind of connection. If you have idea about some technology like MPLS, okay, or VRF or VPN, using that we are connecting multiple branch. But in that again, different technology need to require idea. While here in SD-WAN, that all becomes centralized. We have dedicated separate controllers and different SD-WAN devices. With that, we are able to connect multiple branch. While not only just a CLI, as I told you, we'll also going to manage this whole thing graphically. Now understand another important thing. Why companies moving on that? The technology wise, I already give the idea, but what are the benefit? So need to pay some extra money, or let's say some also dependency on the ISP side when they using IPsec kind of VPN via internet, or let's say MPLS technology using the ISP. So that kind of dependency also will be able to vanish or remove by using the SD-WAN. Okay. Then another point is what? Let's say how it will help. Okay. How it will help in the real world scenario, in the corporate world. So understand, if it is a centralized management, so first of all, every branch not require high level expert employee. Okay. One main head office or HO, if they have expert level candidate, they can manage all other multiple branch also with the SD-WAN centralized things. That's only the new technology and trending. We'll discuss that. Okay. So what happened here? One main expert in the head office, or you can say data center, that will able to manage multiple branch. Now other branch side you require normal that kind of admin which is able to understand networking or graphical interface, and main expert also can give the instruction. Plus it's not like main expert need to travel here and there for multiple branches. It's, and again I'm not talking about remote access, but here it's a centralized. By default vManage have a all centralized configuration. So that kind of things we are going to discuss with the lab. Now you can see what kind of component. So understand here that in the SD-WAN component, what we have main thing, SD-WAN controller. Okay. Then there are some edge devices, as I told you, that multiple branch if you want to manage. Then you know that branches are connected to internet via edge devices. Something called edge router or normal firewall also nowadays in the edge. So you can say commonly edge devices. And that edge device have a internet, and via internet multiple branch or server or HO connected. So SD-WAN is going to manage all that edge devices of the branches from the main centralized controller. Okay. Then there are some plans of operations. So understand, first of all, controller. In the controller we have mainly three devices: vManage, vSmart, and vBond. And also I mentioned in the bracket with the new traditional name. Let's say if you are searching in the official website or the trending latest things, then nowadays that vManage is known as a SD-WAN manager, or vSmart known as a SD-WAN controller, and vBond is known as a SD-WAN validator. The name, this change is done by the Cisco. Previously the vManage, vSmart, and vBond, that is a Viptela given name. Thus, SD-WAN technology is actually created by the Viptela company, and now that is taken over by the Cisco, and now Cisco is giving this new name. You can kind of say like branding or whatever, but it is the new trending name now. Same way, WAN edge devices, which is going to connect with the branch edge border for the internal branch network and the internet. That edge devices we have again vEdge, Viptela edge devices. But nowadays we also have the C-Edge, Cisco Edge devices. Okay, so that also we'll learn. Then plans of operation, there is a control plan, data plan, management plan. Okay, again as I told you, we'll mostly focus on the theory. So as we already talk about that this entire series mostly on the practical. So this all topic and theories you can do normal research, or if you want that I can explain this also, you can put in the comment. We'll create a separate video for explaining of this kind of concept. Otherwise, here just understand that control plan, whatever the controlling things, okay, that is all handling by the vSmart. Management plan, like what all device I want to manage, one device, two device with the remote access like Telnet or SSH, who can manage the device? That all thing right now handling by the vManage. And then data plan. Now data plan means what? Where the data is traveling. Mostly you can say interface level 2, layer 3 like that, which is actually on the interface. Okay, which is actually on the edge devices. So that data plan remain on the edge devices, while centrally management done by the vSmart, vManage. And if we want that anyone cannot connect with our centralized topology, so for that verifying validator, we have what? SD-WAN validator, which is vBond. So these three is main controller: vSmart, vBond, and vManage. And then when edge devices are handling the actually topology data traveling. So that's how the plans work. But if you want more detail, you can put in the comment. We'll create a separate dedicated video for that. Okay. Then what? Remember, these SD-WAN devices are also possible in virtual and physical. But remember, controller are mostly virtual. vSmart, vBond, everything is our virtual device. While WAN edge devices, like we have vEdge or C-Edge, that are physically available and virtual both. So if I talk about vManage devices, which is required to connect with the company branch topologies. They are able to connect with the physical device, physical port and cable connection, or virtually also possible. Then you can see how SD-WAN works. So we have this kind of topology techniques. How SD-WAN works. So we have few important topics, but very important actually. Okay, in terms of backend SD-WAN technology, like what SD-WAN fabric and design, what kind of things we need to keep in mind, or let's say there are some backend tunnels for controlling the vNAND devices from the controller, which is known as like IPsec tunnel or DTLS. Okay, we also have some ZTP or zero touch provisioning kind of things where device can get automatic configure. Let's say if you're able to understand the scenario where all controller are in the head office or data center and vNAND devices are in the different branch, and without any manual configuration, you want that whenever edge devices are comes in the topology onboarding kind of things, then automatically it will configure. That also possible, but these all are advanced topics. Okay, important but advanced topics. So step by step, when we require in our series, we'll cover that. But right now, let's focus on the practical. So let's do the lab setup. So here, if you notice, I have a blank topology, as I told you, from the scratch to the advanced to the expert. Okay, so from here, let's create the topology in front of you. So we'll get the idea what kind of topology we are going to use, and then we'll do the practical configuration. Okay, so here you can see I will do simply right click and try to add the node. For beginner, if you don't have any idea, so it's a EVNG. Okay, in that I try to add the devices. So you can see Viptela vManage, as I told you that previously Viptela company. So the device name is vManage according to Viptela. Okay, and then let's save. So one vManage device I taken as a manager. Then again we'll take one smart device vSmart. And save. So remember guys, here it's a group. Okay, we require 3 devices together: vManage, vSmart, and vBond. Okay, so these 3 controllers are going to manage our topology together. So this is mostly you will find in 2 locations, either in the head office headquarter or data center. So right now I'm assuming this is in my data center. Company have a multiple branch and everything. So this is data center and we'll create multiple branch also. But right now we'll keep it together. Now here you require 2 things. One thing is what? This device I'm going to connect locally with the admin computer, so that can able to access this device and able to configure, like we are configuring router and switch from the console port, or let's say telnet SSH with the remotely. Same way here, one connection also we require. Okay, so we are going to connect one side for the admin PC, and it's not necessary that directly connected. There is a maybe switch, after that another multiple switch, and then admin PC. But right now I'm keeping simple. Okay, so here I will take one admin PC. Now in that case, if you have less resources, okay, and let's say you don't want to give more load in the EVNG, then you can connect this PC with this main base PC as well. Okay, your computer is outside. That outside computer you want to connect with the internal topology, you can do that. But right now I'll keep it simple. Okay, so what I will do, instead of the node, I will take a network. This network allow you to connect with the physical PC. So here I'm just giving the name, let's say what, base PC. And not a bridge, but I will use this management. This management cloud is what? Your EVNG virtual machine first network. And with that, what? If you want to take example that PC somewhere else, not directly connected, then you can take one switch. You know that switch is just for what? Multiple connection. So I'm taking one switch here. Okay, and it's a normal switch we require, so I can edit also, not this layer 3 switch. We can just make it simple. Okay, and let's connect. This is the kind of connection I'm making with the cloud. That means what? Now the switch is connected to my this outside PC. Okay, then EVNG and first connection here. Now remember, everywhere you find two interface mostly in this controller, because what we require mostly two. One is for this internal side management. There is a VPN 512 kind of concept. Also, we'll discuss that whenever we require the right time. As I told you, first I will provide training according practical view, and then we'll go to the theory also whenever required. Not typical theory from the beginning. So we have two interface. Generally, what first interface we are going to use for management. So keep it as it is. Then second connection here, again according to switch whatever interface, because just for multiple connection, and here again two interface you can see. So Ethernet 0. There are also reason that why I'm taking Ethernet 0 only, not 1. Okay, 1 also you can take, but what if you make a topology with some pattern, then it will help you, because next video when we're going to do practical and everything, you will get idea in the advanced practical that if there is a multiple branch and big topology, then it is better that you can use same kind of interface. And when I talk about this third device, there we don't have a Ethernet 1. You can see here Ethernet 0 and other interface with gigabit. So this is the vBond. Okay, again we'll discuss why it is a different and everything, but right now everywhere I'm keeping Ethernet 0 for the management side. So you can see now you can easily able to remember that all controller Ethernet 0 is connected to switch, and switch via that my PC is connected. Now how this device connect to the internet so that multiple other branch also can manage. So now understand, this is the backend thing. Okay, how admin going to access this device? This you can say if it is not your part of your topology, then also okay, because what in real time this device is already in the server and your PC already with you. So this connection maybe you're not able to see, but here is a topology we need to create. Okay, now this is the actual connection what we are going to configure right side. So here we'll take another node, and here we'll take again one more switch. Okay, and we'll take a normal switch here also. And this switch is going to connect with the router, which is you can say edge device, and then another multiple branch. Okay, but also not a simple internet. There also we'll discuss corporate real scenario. Here I want to say one more things, that what right now as a basic beginner, if I want to create normal network, I can again connect these three controller here and then directly internet. But generally SD-WAN device, as I told you, for multiple branch and data center headquarters, so they also focus on the redundancy, backup and everything. Then in that case, instead of this single switch, I can take a two switch. Okay, I can connect with the redundancy part. There also we can do. Okay, but in the step-by-step advanced video. Right now I will keep it simple only. So let's connect here also. So switch port number 1 and this port number 1 only, you know that now it only two interface. Then switch port number 2 and this you can see only one. Switch port number 3 and only one, but this is gigabit. And also if you notice here what, it's a GE, it is imported. When I do the configuration, I will highlight this point again, why it is not a GI gigabit or only G for gigabit, but GE, because the command also we need to run this way. Again, this the Viptela command pattern, so we need to follow that. And then what, here I will connect with the one router. So this router is going to use for edge device. So here I will give the name. Let's say what, data center, as I told you. Okay, edge device, DC edge. But this edge device you no need to confuse with the vManage devices. Okay, if that kind of thing, then what simple I can say, DC edge router. It's not the vManage device or SD-WAN, it's the normal router. Okay, and let's connect. Normal, let it be 00 interface. And now it's time to take a internet So here understand guys, I told you SD-WAN topology require internet redundancy in multiple things, and as a real scenario, there is a private kind of thing also. Remember guys, in SD-WAN, we're not using normal internet compulsory, but there is a multiple redundancy option. So one internet is like what? For the regular surfing, while employee connected, user connected. So that kind of internet connect also here we have, but that is not as a priority. Priority it is via some private WAN or private internet like MPLS or other thing. But again, that is not dependency. Any kind of connection. Okay. If it is a normal mobile internet connection or broadband connection or MPLS, any kind of, we just require connectivity. So here, as a real scenario, what I will do, I will take a one router which we are going to treat as a internet. Save this. And one more router which we are going to treat as a private WAN. Mostly you will find kind of MPLS and everything. So that I will take as an example. Later we can attach other technology also. You can put in the comment what kind of things you are looking. We are ready to create that. So here I am putting this as a MPLS. Now understand here. Actually, we are not going to configure MPLS and everything because our focus is SD-WAN. But if you want, if anyone facing issue with the MPLS and anything, you can put in the comment. Okay, we can discuss that also. So and one more device here as a router will take, that is for what? Private WAN. So again, I will search for the router and let's take this, and this will treat as a MPLS as a reference. Okay, any other private network you can choose, but mostly you will find this kind of thing. So we can take that. And also if you are facing any doubt related MPLS, you can put in the comment. We can discuss that also for the SD-WAN related. So now you can see these data center edge router are ready to connect with two different internet. Okay, then we'll take a branches also. So now here in the branch, that edge device, that is actually SD-WAN edge device. This is SD-WAN controller. Okay, this is a normal networking topology we require. And now branch side, the border device, edge device, that is again what? SD-WAN edge devices. So here right now we'll again take a Viptela V edge devices, and as I told you, as an advanced later step by step, we'll also discuss C edge devices. So again node, search for the edge. You can see Viptela edge device. Okay, and save this. So this is, you can say, our branch number 1. Okay, so according that, I'm just giving meaningful name. Let's say branch 1 this way, edge. Same way, we can take a backup and everything also. Okay, I want to give all real scenario. So let's say branch 1 is this kind of thing. Let's say we started our branch 1 when company is growing. Okay, but there are some small number of department or less number of client like that. But let's say then our company is growing kind of thing, and let's say branch to have some multiple device. So branch to require backup and redundancy everything. So here I will take 2 vManage devices. So you can say here again edge device, but this time we'll take a 2 vManage device. Okay, and what I want this kind of starting. Okay, branch to VH, another branch to VH. We'll give this naming also more better, because what in SD-WAN, when we are going to configure with the template centralized, so these need to know about all internal connection, how their internal branch is working and how they connected to internet. So there are some pattern, as I told you in the beginning. Okay, if you are going to manage SD-WAN topology, then you need to follow some pattern. So that also naming and interface everything is important. And after that, you will add here also another branch where we'll use C edge. Right now, this is a VH device. Okay. So here what we'll do, we'll take some internal device. Let's say I will take switch, but this switch is what as a distributor switch. So we'll take a L3 switch for the branch 1. And here for the backup or big environment, we have multiple employee, multiple dependent like that. So again, we'll take a switch, but this time 2 switch. Now remember guys, naming and everything is important. Not just a host name, but interface and everything. Because what? Later you are going to create this entire topology from here configuration. So everywhere will follow some pattern. Okay. So what we'll do? Branch 1 here. Okay. Let's start from the internet. You will get better idea. So branch 1 connected to internet. So we'll use here first number interface for the internet. Okay. And here also first number. Okay. This first number from the internet is what? Providing to branch 1. And this is our edge device. Then from this also same pattern. Okay guys. Branch 2 also first interface for internet. And here let's say branch 2, so second. And then again first interface for internet and internet connected with this. So here we are going to discuss one redundancy for the internet. Okay. And then here we'll discuss multiple redundancy. 2 internet different and 2 different edge routers. So this is going to become some advanced thing. So step by step we'll reach here. So let me just arrange this. And now let's say branch 1 also have second internet connection, that is with the private WAN. So I will use the second number interface. Here same pattern, branch 1. Try to understand the pattern guys. From here, according to internet first interface, according to internet first interface. From the branch side, first internet, second internet. That same pattern I will follow here as well. From the branch side, second internet, and from the internet side, second branch. Now again from the branch side, second internet, and from internet side, third number interface. Okay. So this is the things. Now from the data center also. First internet connection, and here this. We'll take other redundancy also here step by step. Okay. But first we'll require normal connection. And then branch router connected here. So this you can say normal 0 0 interface, local side. Same here. Try to understand the pattern. Again I'm repeating. Okay, 0 0, because once we do the configuration you will get actually idea. Otherwise in normal routing and switching topology, maybe you are taking random interface 0 1 3 anything. But here I'm keeping the pattern. So understand guys, if this controller going to manage branch 1, then what? Local connection 0 0. If this controller going to manage branch 2, local connection 0 0, local connection 0 0. If this controller going to manage this branch internet, then first internet is actually internet, public internet. You can see from everywhere. First is actual internet. First is actual internet. And again this controller want to manage the private internet. Private WAN, kind of MPLS as examples. You can see second interface is for MPLS. Here second interface for MPLS. Here second interface for MPLS. Okay. So this way we are going to discuss. So now you can say our topology is ready, but this also not enough. Okay. As a beginner, as an intermediate level, this is enough where you are able to manage 2 branch, but we'll add here 1 or 2 more branch for the VPN kind of things, real scenario things, and we'll also going to add one server here. That I can add right now also. Let's say one more node. Okay. There will take a router, one more router. Now remember guys, this topic is very interesting. Okay. Here we have multiple possibility. We can use router also as a CS server, and we are able to use Windows server or Linux server also as a CS server. Now what is this CS server? Again we'll discuss in deeper. Right now if I give basic idea, then what? These all controller and validator and these edge devices require some verification. For that we have certificates. That certificate this server able to provide. Now that certificate provider server is, you want to treat router as a server, or I can take Windows server who will provide the certificate, or we have the option that this vManage only we can make a as a server and that only provide certificate to other. So all that option also we can discuss. Okay, whatever point you are interested that which device you want to use as a server, you can also put that in comment. We'll focus that as a priority, and other option also will show step by step. So this server also I'm going to connect here with again normal 00 interface. Okay, so now this is our topology ready. Later for backup and everything, we'll add other branches. Okay, but right now understand. Let's say we have this kind of branch who have two internet connection. If one is not working from the public internet, we have private, or let's something I want to share private not there, then we'll use public as a redundancy we have. But suppose we require more backup. Let's say this router itself not working. Here there is some problem in vManage device. So this is the second example where we have from our side two router and both router have to enter indirectly 4. So this kind of topology also we can create. So this all kind of real scenario lab is ready guys. In next we are going to discuss this all practical. So you can see what next. We'll do the initial setup of the SD-WAN devices that vManage, vSmart, vBond. We'll do the onboarding with the certificate and everything. We'll do the onboarding of vManage device also. There also we require certificate and registering process. And then we'll build entire topology with the corporate scenario where we'll discuss policies, VPNs, backup, hub and spoke kind of things, lots of things. So right now for this video, that's it. Thank you. Okay.